This is the best fight in all of anime. You need to watch this video. The fight starts with two characters, Doppio and Risoto. And at first, Risoto doesn't want to fight this nigga Doppio. I wouldn't either. Look at the nigga's hair. Look at his face. Look at his fits. He's getting ready to walk away because he thinks Doppio is just a random. But both of these characters hear a noise go off, and Doppio visibly reacts to this. This is where the power system of the series comes into play. You see, some characters have abilities known as stands, and not everybody has these abilities. The noise that went off was actually a stand. And because Doppio reacted to this noise, Risoto now knows, oh, you gotta stand, nigga. I gotta kill you. The fight ain't even start yet, and we already getting peak riding. Oh my god. Doppio gets pressed that his cover was blown and starts talking that hot shit.
And this next scene is one of the most grotesque things in all of anime. Just as Doppio approaches Risoto, he starts to feel something in his throat.
This dude starts throwing up razors.
Nigga, ew!
I'm not gonna lie. If I get ready to fight somebody and then I start throwing up razors, nigga, you got it. I don't care if you blew up my grandmother's house. I'm going home. Doppio, being reasonably upset, starts charging at Risoto, and then nigga starts sprouting needles from his face. This is great writing, however, because it immediately raises questions on what Risoto's stand is and what he can do. We haven't been given any clues as an audience, and keep in mind, to this point, Risoto has not laid a finger on Doppio. We are forced into Doppio's shoes because we just have to sit and watch all this gruesome and vile shit happen to him. It makes Doppio relatable as a character and makes the audience tense because they feel like they're in Doppio's shoes, since both the audience and the character don't know what's going on. Doppio then activates one of his strange abilities where he can seemingly contact his boss through inanimate objects. From this point, the boss gives him two orders. 1. Get within 2 meters of Risoto so you can use your stand to kill him. And 2. Use the ability named Epitaph I gave you to see 10 seconds into the future. We now have the win cons and the groundwork laid out for the fight. Doppio needs to get close to Risoto so he can kill him, and he can use his ability to predict the future to do it. Risoto, however, must maintain his distance and use his strange stand to keep chipping away and eventually kill Doppio. Oh, and by the way, he can turn invisible. If you paid attention, the abilities for the fight keep stacking up and countering each other. To kill you, I just gotta get close to you. Well, how you counter getting close? You just make it so you can't see that person. Well, it doesn't matter if you can't see that person if you know where they're gonna end up because you can see the future.
Is this whining not fire?
Doppio uses Epitaph to see a future where scissors start coming out of his neck. He tries to attack Risoto to prevent this future, but fails and has to forcibly remove the scissors from his neck. Doppio then uses Epitaph again to see a future where his foot is cut off. Now knowing this, Doppio tries to use what little clues he's given to counter his enemy. This is life or death. If Doppio loses his foot, he can't use his mobility to attack Risoto, and he essentially loses the fight. This dumbass nigga activates 200% of his brain power and comes up with the greatest plan I have ever seen in my entire life.
Doppio notes how he's tired and how it's hard for him to move. This is the only information he has, and despite all of this, he still devises a plan. He places a frog in front of him and waits.
After the frog explodes, he throws the scissors at Risoto, actually cutting off his foot. This portion of the fight does a lot, so I'm going to have to explain it detail by detail.
You see, the reason why Doppio put that frog in front of him was to see if his prediction was correct. When Doppio was tired, he deduced that Risoto's ability had something to do with messing with his body. Specifically, he was making things in, or more accurately, from his body. But he wasn't just making anything. Razors, scissors, and needles are all things made out of metal or iron. If you paid attention in biology, you would know that iron is made mostly from your blood. Now knowing this, Doppio has come to one possibility. Risoto's ability must be controlling the iron in your body. Doppio can't operate off this theory alone, so he tested. He places the frog in front of him, and when the razors come from the frog's body first, he now knows that he was correct. Not only was he able to figure out Risotto's ability, he was able to deduce his position at will. Now, you may be thinking, what about the future where Doppio saw his foot getting cut off? That future wasn't his foot, but actually Risotto's.
Is this one not fire?
Going back to the fight, Risotto also figures out that Doppio can predict the future. Knowing this, he reattaches his foot and goes invisible. Doppio uses Epitaph and sees that knives are being launched at him. He tries to defend, but still gets hit. We then get this scene.
Amounts of iron can be found in great quantities in plants like spinach and organs like the liver. And it's also a critical component of the bloodstream. What do you think happens when the body is suddenly stripped of its iron? In short, your blood turns yellow, followed by you meeting your maker. The iron in your blood binds with the oxygen your body acquires through breathing and carries it to all those nooks and crannies inside your body. Without it, however, that life-giving oxygen can never reach places like your fingertips and brain. To put it another way, now that you're nutritiously bankrupt of iron, your body won't circulate oxygen no matter how hard you huff and puff. You'll turn into a living corpse before dying outright.
Knowing that he is out of options and soon to die, Doppio sees into the future one last time to try and attempt one final attack.
It can't be.
What do you see, Doppio? Hurry, spit it out!
Trying to defy the fate of death, Doppio attempts to use the same strategy earlier of trying to use an iron object to see where Risotto is. This works as a razor comes out of his head and knives start spinning in the direction of Risotto. He throws the knives, but nothing is there. You see, Risotto knew that Doppio would try the same tactic again, so he re-severed his foot and used that iron to misdirect Doppio. Out of any resources and rapidly running out of oxygen, Risotto goes to finish off Doppio. Razors sprout from his head, forehead, cheek, and mouth. Risotto claims victory and
Send him to oblivion! Metallic!
remember when I said at the start of the fight where Risotto knew Doppio had a stand because he heard one of the side characters' stands? Well, those side characters were nearby, and when Doppio threw those knives, they flew towards those side characters. After being attacked, those characters use a power called Aerosmith.
You see, some characters have abilities known as stands, and not everybody has these abilities. The noise that went off was actually a stand.
You see, Aerosmith is a small gun plane that can detect people on a radar based off how much oxygen they're breathing out. Using Aerosmith, they saw Risotto on that radar and shot him. But wait, Doppio was there too. Shouldn't he have gotten shot as well? Well, yes, Doppio should have died too, if it wasn't for this.
Now that you're nutritiously bankrupt of iron, your body won't circulate oxygen no matter how hard you huff and puff. You'll turn into a living corpse before dying outright.
Doppio wasn't producing any oxygen, so Aerosmith couldn't spot him, meaning the only person to get shot was Risotto.